What's up, guys? I'm Chris Spags here, back with another Four Corners video for today's 15-game MLB main slate, courtesy of Osmo.com. As you can tell by how enthusiastically I just said 15 games, that means we have every team in Major League Baseball playing today, so let's keep the energy up. Right now, like this video. If you want to win that free month of Osmo Plus, also comment your double dong pick down below. Yesterday, some people got it right again, so let's keep it going. Right now, like the video and comment that double dong pick down below. For now, let's get on to our first corner on today's slate, the top pitching, and Matthew Boyd going against Seattle should be the top owned option industry-wide. Boyd gets 3.9 implied runs against him, and he's expected to be the number one owned pitcher on DraftKings with 27%, on FanDuel with 19%, and on Yahoo with 50%. Boyd's strikeout ability remains elite with a 32% K rate going against Seattle's 26.4% K rate versus left-hand pitching, but the power reads allowed could be an issue as chalk given that Seattle has a 188 ISO versus lefties as well. I'm usually a pretty big fan of Boyd because I think he's better than people realize. The spot versus Seattle is one where they can get some power going, and there's so many quality pitchers on today's slate, I'm probably going to come under the field on Boyd's ownership. Garrett Cole, the Chicago White Sox, is one of those other quality pitchers with 3.2 implied runs against him, which are a slate low. Cole will be number 2 owned on Yahoo with 34%, and will be number 3 owned on DraftKings with 22% expected ownership. Cole's 2.8 xFIP and 37% K rate on the year looks stellar against a White Sox team with a 26.6% K rate versus right-hand pitching, and Matt Skoll, the only hitter over a 99 WRC plus in their lineup. Cole's at a real tough price to pay today, but I think going there may be a contrarian option because of that. I like Cole in the spot versus a White Sox team who seems like they're going to have a really hard time getting anything going against them today. And Chris Sale at Cleveland is another quality arm with 4.1 implied runs against him. Sale will be number 2 owned on FanDuel with 18%, and he'll be tied for number 3 owned on DraftKings 22%, while he'll be number 3 all by himself on Yahoo at 26%. Cleveland's projected lineup is a low 19.3% K rate with 6 hitters over a 105 WRC plus versus left-hand pitching. Make this a suboptimal spot, but Sale's price and 35.3% K rate are worth the exposure he looks to have. We just saw the slate-breaking upside that Sale can have in his last start, and I think the spot versus Cleveland, even though it's not a great one on paper, it's worth coming close to the field on because Sale just has a crazy upside and a ton of strikeout ability. Now onto our next corner, the top stacks on the slate, and the St. Louis stack versus Glenn Sparkman should be really popular today. St. Louis gets 5.7 implied runs, and Sparkman allows a 204 ISO overall with just a 14% K rate, while St. Louis is well priced and gets a park upgrade in this spot. Rookie Randy Arozarena should be a chalk play today due to his value pricing industry-wide, but the ownership overall seems high given that St. Louis has an 88 WRC plus and 159 ISO versus right-hand pitching on the year. I really don't ever have a problem going against a Glenn Sparkman, but St. Louis looks like they're going to have a ton of ownership today. I'm inclined to try to differentiate somewhere, maybe not even go there because there are so many quality spots on a slate of this size. And a Yankee stack versus John Means should also be popular again today with a nice 6.9 implied runs for them. The Yankees continue to bomb on everyone, but Means' 187 ISO isn't terrible, especially given that he has a power-friendly home park. The Yankees have a 214 ISO and a 116 WRC plus versus left-hand pitching, so even with Means decent at limiting power on the year with just a 3.6% on run rate, he and the bad bullpen should be able to stop New York's hot run. The Yankees just keep getting it done night after night, so I don't want to question them here. I think Means can't limit some production, but with that bullpen so bad, it's likely the Yankees have another good power day for at least mini stacks. And a Houston stack versus Ivan Nova should be popular with 6 implied runs for them. Nova offers little resistance with a 15% K rate and a 192 ISO allowed going against Houston's 120 WRC plus and 208 ISO versus right-hand pitching. 5-man Houston stacks will be popular, but mini stacks focused around left-handed batters like Michael Brantley and Yordan Alvarez could be appealing given that Nova gives up a higher 212 ISO and 5.3 xFIP to lefties. Houston gets a park upgrade and a pitcher in Ivan Nova who's not going to strike guys out and certainly shouldn't be able to limit Houston's production. I like the spot for Houston quite a bit, and I'm willing to match the field on those 5-man stacks, even if the mini stacks are an appealing counter move. Now onto our next corner, the lower owned options on the slate, and I'm getting weird with the San Diego stack going against Brendan McKay. San Diego gets just 3.9 implied runs, which is not good, and McKay should find some ownership, but San Diego has 4 hitters over a 237 ISO versus left-hand pitching, while McKay is allowed a 263 ISO and 295 batting average to right-handed batters. San Diego's 25% K rate versus left-hand pitching is a risk, but with McKay barreled at a high 12.4% rate thus far, San Diego could offer quality low-owned leverage at some solid prices. San Diego has been a quiet menace versus left-hand pitching, so even though they are in a pitching-friendly park, I think this is a decent spot to go to them with McKay likely to have some ownership today, and that makes San Diego interesting leverage. And Jack Flaherty at Kansas City also interests me with the 3.8 implied runs against him. Flaherty brings a 28.6% K rate on the year with some power struggles, but a Kansas City team with a 161 ISO versus right-hand pitching should play into his strengths. Flaherty allows a 1.1 whip and a 3.9 xFIP on the year that looks solid, even though Kansas City's 22% K rate versus right-hand pitching isn't the highest around. With some ownership going to questionable cheap guys, I think a guy like Flaherty, who's had an established track record of getting strikeouts, going against a Kansas City team is not that good, seems like a spot I'm willing to go to. And a Cincinnati stack versus Joe Ross also interests me with the 4.9 implied runs for them. Ross hasn't been good with a 1.8 whip and a 5.5 xFIP allowed, as well as a 9.6% barreled ball rate in a hitting-friendly park. Ross gives up a 2 whip and a 6.2 xFIP to left-handed batters, but a higher 253 ISO to right-handed batters, so all the hitters in the Cincinnati lineup have some appeal today. With Cincinnati's ownership down from where it was yesterday, I think it's a good time to go back to them because Joe Ross does doesn't offer much going against these guys. Victory only goes to the Braves, so let's talk about Zach Gallen at Colorado with the 6.4 implied runs against him. Heading into Coors is terrifying, but with ownership expected for other guys at his price range, Gallen's 29.2% K rate and 1.1 whip allowed is appealing. Gallen has been even better versus left-handed batters with a 0.8 whip and a 35% K rate, so some weak lefty hitters expected in Colorado's lineup, Gallen is an interesting pivot or addition to ownership for guys like Max Fried or the very cheap but going to be highly owned Tommy Pannone. With ownership going to some crappy guys, I think Zach Gallen's actually a good pitcher, and even though the Coors spot is not ideal, he's missing bats well, and Colorado really isn't offering a ton of resistance versus righties this year. Now onto our last corner of the one-offs, and Aristides Aquino versus Joe Ross intrigues me. Aquino is in another nice spot with a 229 WRC plus and his limited MLB sample size versus right-hand pitching, while Ross gives up that 253 ISO and 280 batting average to right-handed batters. It's a toss-up between Aquino and Suarez for me out of which righty I like the most going against Ross, but I think Aquino's shown a lot of ability so far, and I'm willing to ride the hot hand. And Manny Machado versus Brendan McKay also interests me as a value play. Machado is cheap despite his 164 WRC plus and 287 ISO versus left-hand pitching, with McKay thus far allowing a 263 ISO and a 6.1% home run rate to right-handed batters. The Padres have been a hidden gem versus lefties, and I think the spot versus McKay, guy who's had a track record so far giving up a lot of power to righties, seems like a good one to go to value price Machado today. And Yordan Alvarez versus Ivan Nova is a one-off that you could pay up for today. Yordan's at a premium price, but his 368 ISO and 198 WRC plus versus right-hand pitching in a park that's good for power hitting is tough to ignore, given the 212 ISO that Nova gives up to left-handed batters. On paper, this looks like about as good of a spot as you can get for Yordan Alvarez, and I like him quite a bit today going against the guy in Nova who really has nothing left. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on today's big time slate. So right now, please like the video, and if you want to win that free month of Osmo Plus, like the video and comment your double dong pick down below. Yesterday, we had a couple guys guessing Gleyber Torres' double dong down in the comments, but one of them was edited and one of them was posted after lock, so those two are disqualified. So the winner by default, Sean Kelly. Sean Kelly, good job by you. You are a king among men for doing the picks the honorable way, the way it's supposed to be done. Email me at chris@osmo.com to collect your prize of that free month at Osmo Plus. For everybody else, if you want to win your free month right now, like the video and comment that double dong pick down below. And if you don't want to wait for Lady Double Dong to shine upon you, you can also use this promo code Switch and Hedge for half off your first month of Osmo Plus. Get all the ownership projections, the player projections, the deep dive, the lineup builder, the top stacks tool, a million different things that'll help you make better MLB DFS lineups every day. So use that promo code Switch and Hedge right now for half off your first month of Osmo Plus. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags. I'm gonna be doing a ton of content over the next few weeks in MLB and the NFL as well. So go check me out on there at Chris Spags. I'm not sure if there's gonna be a Four Corners video tomorrow because I have to do 2 live before lock shows for the 2 slates that we have, but keep your eyes peeled on the channel either way. Subscribe and hit that notification bell to know whenever we do shows. And of course, I'll be back soon with another Four Corners video. So thank you guys for watching and good luck.